Howdy-yo. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's going on in the UK? What is going on in the UK? Monday. It's a little cold here. Probably colder there. Yeah, what's going on in the UK? The Montane Winter Spine. That's what I'm going to talk about today. The Montane Winter Spine. Sounds kind of interesting. Hey, Genghis. How are you? You got a beautiful day? What's the temp? Hey, Ben. Good afternoon. I really checked the temps. I think it's probably in the teens today for the high. It's chilly out there right now. But yeah, what's going on in the UK? Hey Terry, it's Monday. It's what y'all call a bank holiday in the US today. Do any of you know why? we call them national holidays. It means all the city workers are off. All the government workers. It's a bank holiday in the US. Anybody know why? When's your next bank holiday? What is it? What's it for? Have I heard of it? That's what I wonder. Yeah, all your banks closed, Terry. Call it a bank holiday. We used to call it a national holiday. It's the day the government and the banks. Not all the banks closed though anymore. Some of them stay open. But all government workers are off. The post doesn't run. Those are national holidays. We have one today. But what's your next one? I'm working anyway. I'm working every day. Yeah, what's your next bank holiday? I don't even know. The Montane Winter Spine. Your next one is Easter? We don't have a bank holiday on Easter. It's on Sunday. Easter's on Sunday. So we have a bank holiday. We have a bank holiday on the Monday after Easter. Your bank holidays are almost squished together. I'm surprised you have a bank holiday for Easter. Easter Monday, huh? Yeah, we don't have that. It's just another Monday. The day after Easter. I don't know how many we have. There's a bunch. Y'all know what today is in the U.S.? You don't know? It's a national holiday today in the U.S. You ever heard of the Montane Winter Spine? Today's topic. Anybody ever heard of it? The Montane Winter Spine. I'd never heard of it. Terry says no. I think he means you don't know what today is in the U.S. Y'all want to know? I'm working anyway, but it is a national holiday in the U.S. What you would call bank holiday. Uh, yeah, the montane winter spine caught my eye. I want to talk about it a little bit. Today in the U.S. is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, as we call it, MLK Day. Your holidays aren't spread out evenly. Well, I mean, holidays come when holidays come. Ours are, I mean, we have a bunch. Seems like every month there's one or two. Some months might not have any. I don't know. Seems like we have a lot. We have two, Labor Day and Memorial Day, which Memorial Day is in the autumn. Kind of denotes the beginning of autumn. Or no, Labor Day. And Memorial Day denotes the beginning of summer. That's just coincidence. But those are bank holidays that the U.S. like, oh, it's Memorial Day, weather's good, let's party. Or it's Labor Day. Good afternoon, Miko. Anyway, it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the U.S. He had a dream. Are y'all very familiar with MLK? He had a dream. You know that speech he made on the National Mall, which is on each end of our National Mall in Washington, D.C. One end has the Lincoln Memorial. The other end has the Washington Monument with a big reflecting pool in between. I believe in Forrest Gump, he went in that pool, which is not allowed. If you've seen that movie, but MLK made a big speech there. The I Have a Dream speech. He had a dream. The man would not be judged by the content, by the color of his skin, but the content of his character. I'm paraphrasing. We learned all about it in school. MLK. That was during the Civil Rights era. I believe it must be his birth month right now, because why else would we have why else would we have his holiday now? Even though it always falls on a Monday, MLK Day. I think it must be around his birthday. Because if I'm not mistaken, he was shot in Memphis, assassinated, I think on April 4th. I think. So it must be around his birthday. That's why we have it now, I'm guessing. Anyway, no one ever heard of the montane winter spine? Nick, I'm talking about the montane winter spine. Right now. Or I'm about to. Let's see. Out now. Kind of since the last live stream. Yeah, Nick, it's an endurance race. I'm going to talk for a second about what's out on my channel. The sausage roll video came out since the last live stream. 10 UK towns that are forgotten is out. Could I actually live in England is out, that video. And then just before yesterday's live stream was the Scottish camping video. And right after the live stream was me trying Marmite. What y'all think of that? I liked it. I didn't think it was bad. I thought I was going to think it was bad. but I was pleasantly surprised. Some people say I put too much on there in the comments. Maybe I did put too much, but I didn't mind it. Yeah, the Peak District is good, Nick. I just had a reaction last week where I reacted to the Peak District. I have more coming out too. It's one of the best camping places, looks like, and of course the Lake District looks good for camping. I camp I love to camp, Nick. And Scotland looks very, very good for camping. Maybe Scotland looks the best in the country of the UK. Not of England. But yeah, I love to camp. Do I see that video of that guy out there camping in Scotland? Yeah, Nick, it does look nice. That was a good video. The 10 UK towns that are often overlooked or forgotten. Anyone see that video? You like Marmite Genghis? Yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was good. I especially liked it with cheese. Adds a little something to the cheese. You know? You watched that this morning. People don't like that video. It's getting bad comments. The 10 UK towns. And I get it, okay? I saw the video. The whole point of what I'm doing is I'm trying to learn, especially about the places that aren't often mentioned. So I saw the thumbnail, I started watching it, and I could tell after a minute or two that it was AI. But I still wanted to know what those 10 towns are. Yeah, stick up for me, Nick. Well, people are complaining it's AI, and that AI mispronounced some of the place names. And one guy said, don't watch those videos, it'll give me a bad reputation. But I wanted to know what those 10 towns were. So I realized after watching for a minute, I could have stopped it. But our sky looks good, Genghis. You've been there? It looks beautiful. I could have stopped it, but I still want to know what those 10 places were. That's the point of what I'm doing on my channel. I'm trying to find these places I would never heard of. So I kept watching. And 9 out of the 10 I had not heard of. And so what if it was AI? So what if AI mispronounced some of the place names? Who cares? I just learned about 9 new places. And now I can check those places out. Whereas I wouldn't have heard of them if it wasn't thanks for AI mispronouncing the words. Why do people complain? It's free entertainment, y'all. It's free. It's free. Stop complaining. You ever get a present and then complain? It's free. Stop complaining. Plus, it was good. I learned. I don't care. Anyway, so yeah, people are complaining about it. You're going to complain that AI mispronounced something? It's AI. they do mispronounce things. Get used to it. And then somebody complained because Whitby was on the list. And Whitby was the only one I had heard of. But you know what? I hadn't heard. Hey, that's okay, Ben. Have a good time. Do whatever you want. But good to see you, Ben. But yeah, I learned from that video. I don't care. Whitby was on there. I'd heard Whitby before, but not until I started doing this. People are like, oh, Whitby's not looked over. Everybody knows of Whitby. Somebody said, well, not everybody. It's not like known around the world. I never heard of it before I started doing this. Whitby's really nice, and I'm sure you all know about it. But you know, everybody knows about London. Not everybody knows about Whitby. It's okay if it's on that list. Anyway, coming out next after the live stream, and I kind of caught up. Yeah, and Data was good from Star Trek. I like the Next Generation game, if that's who you're talking about. Out next is St. Ives. Yeah, Nick, UK has so much more to offer. That's what I'm trying to do here. It's find those places. But for somebody to say, oh, everybody knows about Whitby. No, they don't. Not everybody knows about Whitby. Yeah, coming out next is St. Ives. I did catch up on my editing. So St. Ives comes out right after the live stream. And a video that is US versus UK McDonald's. Yes, St. Ives, it does look gorgeous. It does. You know, I like Cornwall and Devon and Somerset and York and Cumbria, Northumberland. So far, these are my favorite counties. St. Ives and Cornwall. It looks really good. Okay, I can check that out next. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of countryside so far, but I've seen a bunch more. You can check out my National Parks playlist, Nick, if you haven't. I have a playlist on my channel called National Parks, where you can see what I've seen so far. Okay, so out next, St. Ives, US versus UK McDonald's. And then the members only video for today. I don't see Choppy, but he watches a lot in the playback. So if you're watching Choppy, Carlisle comes out today. Free members only. And Carlisle, that's nice. Right on the border. This is where Choppy was born, for y'all who don't know. Choppy's a lot of times in the live streams. He was born in Carlisle, up in Cumbria, on the Scottish border. Carlisle Cathedral is there, Carlisle Castle. They look nice. It's a good video. Comes out today. Oh yeah, Nick. Well, yeah, it's not shocking for me. We have chemicals in our food. You don't have to buy that food though. That's what's shocking to you, probably, Nick. It's like you hear, oh, the U.S., they have chemicals in their food. But what you don't know is really what you should say is chemicals are allowed in U.S. foods. That doesn't mean every U.S. food has those chemicals. You can shop and not buy those. Like McDonald's, for instance. You don't gotta go to McDonald's. You don't have to. You don't have to buy foods in the U.S. that have all those chemicals. You don't have to. There are options. But, so yeah, I knew that some of our food has more chemicals than yours. Yeah, Nick, I just watched the video. It said all those same things. But Nick, guess what? I can make fries at home with just 3 ingredients. I don't have to go to McDonald's. I think sometimes y'all get the idea that we're just all over here jamming chemicals down our throats. But we're not. It's just because it's allowed doesn't mean it's required in all of our food. But at McDonald's, if you go to McDonald's, yeah, I know you're saying it shocks you, but what I'm trying to explain is just because it's allowed doesn't mean it's in our food. You go to the right stores, you buy the right food, you don't get the chemicals. You don't go to McDonald's, you don't get the chemicals. What we have is the ability to choose. We can choose. I don't think you understand that. Yeah, it's cheaper. All those chemicals is cheaper food. You know, maybe it's unfair there and that people that don't have the money can't choose. But we can choose. I don't eat a bunch of chemicals. It's gross. Well, no. If we go to the store and buy produce, there's pesticides in them, not in organic. Even the basic produce here is organic, if that makes sense. Yeah, but what I'm saying is we don't have to buy. We have the same thing you have in our stores. We don't have to buy. We don't have to buy pesticide. I think you get the idea that's our only choice. It's not. Yeah, sourcing natural foods is important. We have a lot of farmers markets and yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're saying expensive stores. I mean, produce. It's not that. If you're buying produce, it's cheap. I mean, is it more expensive than pesticide produce? A little, not much. Not when we're talking about produce. It's cheap. It's cheap to begin with. Okay, maybe we'll do a live stream about food. But I gotta move on. So, yeah, Carlisle looks very good. Carlisle looks very good. I was impressed. It's the members only one today. So let's talk about the Montane Winter Spine. Y'all never heard of it. I hadn't either. I didn't go, let me look up the Montane Winter Spine. I start doing research. I start trying to come up with ideas. And while we're talking about that, ideas for live streams, I try to think of some. Sometimes I just start by web surfing and seeing what comes up. That's how I found this one, in this case. But what do y'all want to do from live streams? Cast your votes. I got some ideas. Yesterday we were talking and about football, and rugby came up. I could do a live stream about rugby. I could do a live stream US. I could do NFL versus rugby, like the US versus UK. What do y'all think? Yeah, these are some of my ideas. King Arthur, the legend of King Arthur. Anybody interested in that? How about just like British movies? Like y'all have some certain series of movies sometimes. You have movies that are exclusively British. I could look some up, do a live stream about that. Or, along the same lines, what about just like James Bond? Let's do a live stream about James Bond. Could do that. I could do a live stream about maybe like your military or maybe your special forces. I'll do a whole live stream just talk about your British special forces. It might be interesting. I don't know a lot about it. Or your military in general, I could do. I don't know. These are ideas. But cast your votes. Tell me what you like. I could get into Brunel. Isambard Brunel. Do a whole live stream about Isambard Brunel. What y'all like? Terry says movies. Just look up British movies. I want like quintessential ones. Not like, okay, this was filmed there, although I could check out like what movies were filmed there. But like a lot of the Star Wars movies were filmed in London on a soundstage. That's not that interesting. But some of your movies were filmed like Robin Hood, other movies. The Dark Knight was filmed some up in Scotland. I could find out what movies were filmed there, but I was really thinking about movies like that are quintessentially British. Maybe even movies that made it there that I don't know about. Harry Potter. I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I don't even know. I don't even know about Harry Potter. It was filmed there though. Yeah. It was filmed there. I don't know. Movies? Is that what y'all think? Okay. Let's talk about this today's live stream idea. Yeah, if you want to put your vote, speak up now. Um, so yeah, I was just searching around. To be honest, I was thinking about doing rugby today, or maybe cricket, Ivanhoe. Yeah, I've never seen it. Ivanhoe, I've heard of it. I was thinking about doing rugby or cricket today, but then I was like, I don't know. It wasn't sounding too appealing to me. I was trying to come up with something else. And then I started thinking about what, what sports I like, which is cycling. And it's an endurance sport, which I've always found endurance things fascinating. The way that humans can go a little bit further, a little bit harder, a little bit longer than they think. And with that mindset, they can achieve things. I find that fascinating. And I don't know if any of you like just endurance races, but there is an endurance race in the U.S. that I watch every year. I watch it on YouTube, uh, you know, highlights or whatever. And that race, it's called the Barkley Marathons, and it's considered at least one of the hardest races in the world. You ever heard of the Barkley Marathons? I watch it every year. Now, the Montane Winter Spine is similar. It's a very hard endurance race that you have there every year in the UK. So I thought about the Barkley Marathons, and I thought, do they have something there like that? And I looked it up, and I found I'm not that fit. Well, for my age, I probably am because I work a physical job. I don't do these endurance races. I just like to watch them. But anyway, you have one, and it's called the Montane Winter Spine. So I wanted to look it up. Yeah, it's the London Marathon too. But an endurance race lasts for days, Terry. These guys run for days. Remember that guy who ran all the way across England in the Coast to Coast Trail that we talked about that day? I don't know if you were there, but he ran. The record holder for the Coast to Coast Trail, that guy, he ran across your country. And what was it, y'all? Like 38 hours? Something like that. I don't remember the exact number. It was less than 2 days, right? He ran across England in 2 days. That's what endurance racing is. That guy probably was an endurance racer. They don't stop. Yes, it's brutal. Listen to this. This one in Tennessee that I watch every year. It's the Barkley Marathon. It's called an Ultra Marathon Trail Race. It's in Tennessee. Okay, listen to this. It's so hard. It's meant to be so hard that in 26 marathons, so that means they do it once a year. No, they do it. Okay, so there's more than one race. There's women, there's men, there's a shorter race. There's several races. So they've done this race, the Barkley Marathons, 26 times, and only 20 people total have ever finished. That's how hard it is. There are years when no one even finishes it. That's how hard the Barkley Marathon is. It's crazy. It's in the mountains of Tennessee. It is 100 miles, which doesn't seem that long. But it's up and down. There's no trail. There's no trail. You're just running in the woods, in the mountains, up and downs, rocks. You have to navigate yourself. It's not marked. People get lost. You have to navigate yourself. And yeah, people get lost. They can't finish. You run over at night, so not during the day. You're in the dark. They make this race so hard that people can't even finish it. So that's one of our races that I like in the U.S. But let's talk about yours. Okay, the Montaigne Winter Spine. Here is a brief overview. The Montaigne Winter Spine is not only a race but a test of endurance, requiring participants to carry their own equipment, sleep where they can, endure the full brunt of British winter. This takes place in winter. The race is known for its challenging route. You say route. Challenging route, which includes the Peak District, the Yorkshire Dales, Northumberland National Park, Hadrian's Wall, and Cheviots. I'm not sure what Cheviots is, or if I'm saying that right. Cheviots. What that is, but this does take place there. Participants must navigate deep snow, storm-force winds, and driving rain, with daytime temperatures as low as below 15 C. The race is self-supported, meaning participants must carry their own equipment, sleep where they can, and it comes back for its 13th edition in 2026 with over 700 runners from across the globe. That's the overview. It's probably coming up. Let's see. I'm gonna check the dates. I think I got them right here. Maybe you want to go. Okay, so the 13th edition of the Montaigne Winter Spine is more than a race. I want to tell you how long the distance is. And some of the best endurance racers in the world, they come to this. It's kind of a big deal in their sport because it sounds pretty brutal. I just want to tell you what the distance is. 268 miles. This race is 268 miles. That is crazy. Some of the best runners in the world, Damien Hall, he's British. John Kelly, Ali Bailey, John Shield, Eugenie Rosselló, Sophie Graham. The winners of the women's race last year was Anna Troop. She was British. I believe right now both current winners of this race are British. Both the men and the women. So let's talk about like kind of how it started if you got a minute. The Montaigne Spine Race is widely regarded as Britain's most brutal endurance race. In 2024, this legendary ultra run marks its 12th anniversary. The 13th one is coming up. Okay, the origins. The first race took place in 2012 with only 15 people. Now there's 700. Back then, there were no races utilizing the Pennine Way. Pennine. No way to track the runners, and many didn't believe it was possible to pull off such an event. Fast forward 12 years, and now Spine welcomes, it said 700 runners. Not only that, but over 1 million people now tune in to track the participants online. So that's kind of cool too. It was founded by a guy named Phil something. He also is known for arranging events like polar challenges and other things. This guy who invented the race, along with his friend Scott Gilmore, they discovered the 263-mile Pennine Way, and they thought that'd be a good place for a race. And then they're like, and let's do it in winter. Isn't that crazy? I was trying to find Some moments that stand out over the years include Eugenie Rossello's soul running in knee-deep high snow, huge ice balls forming on the top of his shoes. They were eventually smashed off with the help of race organizers. Then there was a quick 30-second power nap taken by Pavel Polanski on a walking style with all his kit on, so he could have slept while he walked. They caught it on tape. That's how crazy. That's how crazy these people are. They can just kind of keep stumbling forward and be also half sleeping. But yeah, it runs from Edale, Edale, to Kirk-Yukon. That's where the race goes. And the ascent is 13,000 meters, so they go up high, at some point. Getting us to 20 miles. Well, that's pretty good, though. But not compared to these guys. Okay, so they're navigating. Although now navigation is easier with GPS. At the Barkley, hey Choppy, hiya Choppy. At the Barkley marathons, they're not allowed to use GPS. They have to navigate in the dark, in the night, with no trail. That's why it's so hard. No one can finish. Okay, just briefly, I want to talk about the record holder. So that's a 263-mile race. Day and night, you sleep when you can, where you can. In endurance races, the sleep and the eat, that's up to you. You just keep going, you can just keep going. If you sleep, you sleep. There's no allotted times for that. You just gotta go. So in 2024, the record was set. What I say is 238 miles or 432 kilometers this race. 29-year-old British ultra runner Jack Scott did this race in 72 hours, 55 minutes, and 5 seconds. The guy just ran 432 kilometers. It was a 238 miles in 72 hours in the cold, in the winter. Isn't that crazy? Now the women's record, there have been times when the women were faster than the men, I believe, in this race, which also seems weird. But I believe there have been races where the women finished faster. But the current record overall is Jack Scott. He's British. He's 30 now. But he did this race in just under 73 hours. How? How? Up and down. I read the game. He's running uphill, downhill. That's crazy. Here is, I don't know if you can see this picture. Let me see. I can't make it bigger. Oh, kind of. So this was, that was him. That was the conditions he faced when he did this race. In 70 something hours. I'm always amazed at the, need good lung capacity. I'm always amazed, and that's why I like these endurance sports. I'm always amazed at what humans can do. Yeah. You need good lung capacity, and you need good training, and you need to be fit. But you know what? You know what you need more than anything? Is for him. It's your mind. It's these people's mindset right? That let them accomplish these, because your body says quit. Your body, no matter how good you train, your body says quit, quit. That's all your body's telling your brain. But there's something about human willpower where you tell your body, no, I can, I can still go one more step. Yeah, thinking is extreme. But yeah, our ability to go one more step. I mean, I've thought that in my life a lot of times. I can do this one more minute. I can go one more step. Feel like I can't, but I know that I can. I can do this one more time. Whatever it is. When I get like, feeling like, oh, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't like this. I don't want to do it anymore. Whatever it is. But then I tell myself, you know what? I can. I can. I can just endure this moment, whatever it is, and then it'll be over. I don't know. The mind is so powerful. That's why I like cycling too. That's why I like these kind of things that really test the human spirit. You know, this route goes south to north. You know, the Pennine Way, I guess it's called. Uh, I wanted to read a little bit, let's see, about this guy. Because hats off to him, Jack Scott, your very own. Uh, okay, they do have time limits to reach checkpoints. Okay, so that is a little, in the endurance races, that means so they do have a checkpoint, and that's where they can kind of take a break for a minute. But the whole time still counts. So he did that. That's crazy. Um, okay, where is it about him? I just want to read about him. Our best runner usually, well, this guy, Scott, that broke the record, and Damian Hall are like two of your best. We have a guy, the American has a guy, John Kelly. He also likes, yeah, they do health checks throughout Genghis. They check everything whenever they come into a checkpoint. In most of these sports, some of them are more brutal and they don't. Okay, so Jack Scott, 72 hours, 55 minutes. Okay, and that is 10 hours faster than Jasmine Paris. Okay, so this is what I was trying to get at. Okay, so Jasmine Paris. Okay, Jasmine Paris had set a record, and it was 84 hours and 36 minutes was the record held by Jasmine Paris of running this race. On that day, Scott beat the record by more than 10 hours. And the record that Jasmine Paris set in 2019 was considered unbeatable by most people. And he beat it by 10 hours. It's crazy. That's what I was trying to get to, is that story. He beat that record, which was seemingly unbeatable. 268 miles. It's nuts. And yes, your current winners of races are both British. So you currently win your own race. Oh, I was trying to find the dates. When's it coming up? Or did it just end? Sorry, give me a second. But yeah, in case y'all want to go, it starts in Edale, Edale. Do y'all know where that is? Does anyone know where that is? Edale. I have not heard of that town. Is it small? Oh, it's already over. January 12th. January 12th. Wow, we just missed it. Y'all just missed it. Finishes at Kirk Yeltham, but it starts in Edale. Anybody close to Edale? Yeah, gangs walking at a leisurely pace. Maybe not during the winter. When you get up in the high elevation and it's snowing and gross or raining, it's cold. I don't want to. I would if I had to. But that's that. A little tip about the most famous endurance race that you have there in the UK. Happens January 12th, I guess, around that time every year. Some guy ran all that way in 72 hours. Wow. Jack Scott. His name's Jack Scott. A Brit. So, I still have a little bit of time left. I do have a couple things to talk about. Like, I mean, again, is that what you want tomorrow's live stream to be? Movies? Nobody wants Brunel or Special Forces or rugby or King Arthur or James Bond. Just movies? Terry says yes. Make tomorrow's live stream movies. I'll look up what I can about quintessential British movies and maybe about movies that were filmed in locations in the UK. Not movies that were filmed on a soundstage in London, but movies that were filmed at locations in the UK. And maybe, like, I know you have some quintessential, like, movie series, and different movies that are quintessentially British. I'll look them up. Alright. No one said anything but movies. Well, only Terry said. So, hey Chop, you still there? I don't know if you are, but I said earlier that Carlisle comes out right after the live stream. And I did like Carlisle. That cathedral's nice, Choppy. The castle. Pretty cool. Carlisle. It looks nice. It's got a lot of history. I don't know if Choppy's still here, but I saw Choppy earlier. Alright, tomorrow's live stream movies. What about if we just have 10 minutes or so left in the lab? What about new places? Bear Grylls is a different type of awesome. I don't mind Bear Grylls. Some people don't like him. I think he's okay. New places. What should I do? What places? What have I missed? Y'all got any ideas? I mean, I still have places I can do. There's lots of them. But I try to go in some type of order, I guess. What places am I missing? That are, good places. If you notice, I kind of been doing some like holiday type places, like St. Ives, that's coming out. I don't know. haven't done much from Norfolk or Suffolk. What's over there? It looks good. But just, y'all know better than me, I feel like. What new places? I do have Warwick that I'm doing. Warwick in Warwickshire. Soon, I have a couple palaces. Clevedon Town. I've already done Clevedon. Is that something different? You know, Terry, when the channel goes, when the membership only channel dies, all your videos will go to the public channel. Everyone will see Clevedon. Mid Glamorgan? Genghis, where's that? What is that? What is Mid Glamorgan? Well, yeah, I have Warwick coming out. I saw the castle. It's coming soon. I haven't edited it yet, but hey, yeah, Choppy Carlisle looks real good. Leeds Castle. Okay. What is Mid Glamorgan? I don't know. Oh, Terry, you're saying Clevedon Town. Oh, do the town because he only did the beach. Okay, sometimes it takes me a second. Aberdeen, okay, that's on my list. The Hebrides, I've already reacted to, but I haven't edited it yet. But the Outer Hebrides, the Aberdeen, I've thought about Aberdeen. Yeah, that's good. See, that's what I need. Y'all give me ideas. Leeds Castle is nowhere near Leeds. Mid Glamorgan is in Wales. Is that a city in Wales? Mid Glamorgan? I was saying about doing Ruthven, Wales. I know it's not popular, but I saw it in that video, and that caught my eye. In that video about 10 places. I don't know how you pronounce it. Ruthven, Wales. Glamorgan is a county in Wales. Okay. And you're saying Mid Glamorgan. Okay. Leeds Castle is in Kent. Okay, I'm gonna look back at all of these and I'll write these down as I review these comments. Because yeah, that's what I need to know what's good that I should look at. You know, I've looked at all your major cities and I'm gonna look at them more and more. And you know, I kind of was going through a series of looking at like vacation area or holiday, as you call it, holiday areas. Jersey, that's right. I could check out Jersey. Is Jersey like the Isle of Man? Is it autonomous? I think it might be. I'm not sure. If you look at Jersey, though. Yeah, I was kind of doing holiday areas, and now I'm kind of moving past that for a little bit. I mean, I have some palaces, some castles, some museums, some cathedrals. Yeah, I know, King. She liked the time trial race in the Isle of Man. It just doesn't interest me. And then I feel like, what am I going to say if I watch that, King? What am I going to say? Boring. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be forced to like be disingenuous and go like, wow, so cool. When I don't really have no interest in the Isle of Man time trials. It just doesn't click for me. I'm sure it's super cool, but you know what I'm saying? There's some things where you just know, like, I don't think it's gonna interest me. Even if I think like, wow, that is cool, I'm gonna immediately forget about it because it's not up my alley. Tax havens? What do you mean, Gigas? Yeah, Balmoral I have on the list. And a few other castles, palaces. I got those coming up soon, but I'm trying to go past what I do after. I might do the Isle of Man, though, and not do time trials. Tax havens. I mean, I know what tax havens are. But you're trying to tell me to look up British tax havens? I don't know, Genghis. But yeah, Balmoral. Alright. Yeah. And I'm looking for new cities in particular. I have a list of castles, cathedrals, minsters, palaces. I've got those coming soon. More museums. What about cities and towns? That's why I watched that 10 UK towns that are forgotten. I'm looking to find them. And then people are like, oh, AI sucks. I did comment on one of those people that said that. I go, you can choose my videos if I buy me a coffee. I was trying to say, or else shut up. It's free. Stop complaining. It's free. Worcester, Worcester. I always that. Worcester. Worcester. That's how you say that. It's small villages. I mean, you tell me. Okay, the small villages. Worcester. Yeah, okay. I just don't know which ones to start looking at first. Especially when I do small villages because. And then it is hard to find. It is hard to find videos. Again, people complain about the videos I react to. You don't know. I'm doing these smaller places. There's a million videos about London. But try to look up a small village to react to. It's hard to pick videos. You should just be happy I'm doing the small places and learning a little bit of information about them. That's the truth. But noties. What are you gonna do, right, Kingus? Alright, well. Anybody watch any of the cooking in Dallas videos? There's only two. How? I think I'm gonna do biscuits. That I do have the Eden Project coming up soon, Kingus. Y'all tell me about that in a live stream. I wrote it down. And it's already on my list. It's coming out soon. The Eden Project. Yeah, if you do, Terry, you awesome. If you do any of them, I do want to know. Like if you make any dishes from my Cooking and Dallas channel, I'd like to know. I think I'm gonna do biscuits and gravy next. Oh, it's okay, Choppy. You don't have to watch them. I don't care if you do or not. But yes, if you want to, watch them. But I was just wondering if you do and you do any of them, I would like to know. Biscuits and gravy, too. So easy. So easy. I think I'll do them next. I'm actually gonna make biscuits and gravy today. I'm gonna make them this morning because I don't have to go to work until 10, which is unusual. So I'm gonna make biscuits and gravy this morning, but just because it's easy and that's what I want for breakfast. I'm not gonna film it. I don't have time to set up and film. I still do have to work today, but that's how easy they are. I'll just make them on the morning before I go to work. But I think I'm going to do that on the channel next. I don't know, what y'all think about that race? I love those kind of races. The human spirit can't endure. They make that one in the U.S., the Barking Marathon song, so hard nobody can finish. Nobody can even finish. Oh, genius, I can't do a Tower of London in-depth historical documentary. It's too long. Believe me, I probably know more about the Tower of London than any topic or any place in the UK. That's all I did as a kid, was read about the Tower of London in every encyclopedia, every book in the library that I could. So, and plus I'm not going to watch any in-depth historical documentary on my channel on any topic because it's too long. They're too long. But it would be a waste of my time to watch one on the Tower of London. Yeah, Buckingham Palace, I am probably going to do. And again, I've seen Buckingham Palace a million times, but I'll probably do it. Yeah, the race was mad, huh, Genghis? Ben said he used to run cross country. It's a little bit different, but you just learn to challenge yourself and to keep going. But yeah, Chappie, I probably will do Buckingham Palace. It's not just, I'm not dying to do it, to be honest. I feel like I'll be sitting there going, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, just do a 20-minute vlog on Buckingham Palace. Well, I mean, that's kind of what I do here. These live streams or just me talking about a topic. I could do Buckingham Palace, but why? Like, am I going to tell you something you don't know about Buckingham Palace? Am I going to learn something I don't know? Probably not. I'm just familiar with topics like Buckingham Palace and the Tower of London. I'm an Anglophile. I already know. And I'm trying to learn stuff I don't know. But I could do it. It might be popular. I don't know. Map Men, I know, they're too long. I have looked at their channel. They're just too long. I can watch longer stuff on my own and learn information. But for the channel, it's no good because, as y'all know, almost everybody clicks off a video after 30 seconds. And then 3 minutes in, almost all the people that stuck around leave. So at the end of a 20-minute video, no one's watching. I should have just watched that one on my own. You want me to do vlogs on the mainline London railway stations? Okay. Why? Is that interesting to people? People want to know about the mainline London railway stations? And when you say vlogs, that's a video log. That's what my live streams are. So you mean you want me to do a live stream about the mainline London railway stations? It is to you? Somewhere totally obscure in the middle of nowhere. Can you say, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the mainline London railway station's choppy. That doesn't interest me. And I don't do stuff that doesn't interest me. Because then I feel like I'm being disingenuous. If I pretend like I like something, then I just don't. When you say the mainline London railway stations, I mean like the architecture? Like Brunel designed some railway stations. That's interesting. I think he did Liverpool. I think he did one or two in London. He did. Didn't he do Paddington Station? Brunel? You could do individual mainline railway stations. Yeah, I mean, I may do so. If there's a railway station that has some very cool architecture and people are interested, like, I may do that. That might interest me. I don't think I'll do a live stream about it. But if I see a video about some railway station maybe that Brunel designed, that would interest me. And then I'd probably do it. But there's probably not a lot of videos out about those. And then the only ones might be AI. And then people will complain about the free content I'm putting out because I learned something from AI. God forbid. Anyway, I've gone a little long. It was fun talking to y'all today. As it always is. Good to see y'all. Tomorrow I'll do movies. British movies. Choppy and Genghis, it's good to see you. Thank you for your ideas, for help. Terry, good to see you. Yeah, Choppy, Carlisle comes out right after the live stream. I will release it before I even get up from this chair. Members only for the day. And I was impressed with Carlisle. I feel like I would like to visit Carlisle. So yeah, that's it. That's Ben left already. But it was good to see Ben today. I believe Nick that was here earlier, since it looks like he probably had to go too. The Mallard trains. I'll check it out. Anyway, it's good seeing y'all. Wayne from Dallas, Texas. Signing out. Y'all have a great day.